I am not kidding when I say this, but the hotel that I was at in Las Vegas for the Chiefs and Bears game this past weekend turned off the game at halftime. I had to ask the sportsbook to put it back on. And do I blame them? No. That game was horrendous. But should we be blaming the players or the coaches? If you're saying the players, I think you're crazy. These coaches have no direction for these guys. I really think that Eberflus has lost the locker room since the Green Bay Packers game. It's that bad. And guess what? This team is still very good on paper, thanks to Ryan Poles, who shouldn't be fired. And I am here to tell you today on August 26, 2023, the Chicago Bears need to consider a change if they lose to the Denver Broncos at home during their Week 4 matchup. There is too much talent on this team to be 0-3. Hello, everyone, back to this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Rohde. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. It's never ideal to get rid of your staff during the middle of the season, but I think the fan base and players have had enough. We're the laughing stock of the NFL again. And after one of the biggest off seasons in franchise history, it shouldn't be that way. There would be a lot of growing pains with someone getting fired, but we need better chemistry in this entire organization. Please like this video if you agree with what we're just about to talk about. Comment your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, if you please could hit that subscribe button. And thank you everyone for tuning in. I know it's tough to talk about the Bears right now, but guess what? This season isn't over yet. There's 14 more games to go. The Lions started 1-6 last year and they almost made the playoffs. Let's just keep that in mind. And before we begin, make sure to visit the link in our bio below to get your free ticket to our Murphy's viewing party this upcoming Sunday, October 1st, against the Denver Broncos. It'll be at Murphy's Bleachers in Wrigleyville. You don't want to miss it. I'll be there along with about another 20 different podcasters. You'll have to come and see yourself. We're very excited to see you guys. And hey, you can win these brand new crew necks if you show up. Just have to answer a little bit of trivia. Free food and free Freshie tequila while supplies last. We can't wait to see you there. So let's talk about Matt Eberflus and what he's done so far in Chicago. Currently has a 3-17 all-time record as the head coach. Currently on a 13-game losing streak. I swear it kind of gets better from there. And has the worst winning percentage out of any head coach in Chicago Bears history. Okay, now it starts to get a little better. Flus walked in with the best intentions. Adding the HITS principle. If you don't know what the HITS principle is, it stands for hustle, intensity, takeaways, and playing smart. Chicago doesn't seem to be doing any of that right now. He also walked into a franchise being torn down to the absolute bare. Poles went out and got him everything he asked for and everything his coordinators asked for. On defense, Eberflus' specialty, you go out and get a guy like Tremaine Edmonds, TJ Edwards, Yannick Ngakoue, Andrew Billings, DeMarcus Walker, and all those rookies that we brought in. And everything that you need for your offensive coordinator in Luke Getsy, bringing in DJ Moore, Chase Claypool, Darnell Wright, Robert Tonyan, Mercedes Lewis, Rashawn Johnson, and plenty more. And right now, this team is still in the dumps. And where I want to express there being change for this team is right in that HITS principle. Intensity. There is zero energy on the sidelines, on the field, anywhere ever since the beginning of the second half of that Green Bay Packers game. They look defeated walking on to Tampa Bay. They look defeated walking out onto Kansas City. These guys have to get excited. They have to talk to each other. The locker room has to get amped up. That's what I see in every single team that walks onto the field. If you watch the Pittsburgh Steelers and Raiders game, you watch the Kansas City Chiefs, you watch the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, those guys are fired up after every single play. Guys are going up to each other. They're handshaking. They're slapping helmets. They're good to go. The Bears, zip. And Matt Eberflus needs to put that in right away. The players also need to put that in right away. That was my long tangent rant. Now I'm going to keep talking more about Ebeflus. But comment if you agree. I mean, where is the intensity? Dave over at BFR said it the best too. They have no intensity. The Chicago Bears ranking overall, they're the worst team in the NFL at 0-3, and they are the worst out of all the 0-3 teams. Least amount of points scored, most amount of points given up. If the draft started today, we'd have the number 1 overall pick again, which we definitely need right now. The offense has a total of 750 yards through 3 games. That is ranked 29. Total passing yards, 445, averaging 148.3 a game, ranking 31st. Total offensive rushing yards, 305, 101.7 per game, ranked 17th. Points scored, 47 total points, and that gets them at 27th overall. Luke Getsy, your seat is just as hot as Eberflus, because if Flus is out the door, you are out the door as well. The defense, where Ebeflus was brought in to perfect. They have given up 1,222 yards so far, ranked 30th in the NFL. Surprisingly, not last. They've given up 857 passing yards, 285.7 per game, ranked 30th as well. Total rushing yards allowed, 365, a 121.7 average ranks them at 20th. They've allowed 106 total points scored, putting them at 31st. Holy crap, that's bad. This defense was supposed to be the monsters of the Midway again, and there are guys on the team that can do it. These guys are beyond talented. The coaching, though, just isn't there. I'm going to break down the defense a little bit more. I've talked about Luke Getsy, and I'm going to continue to talk about him more. Stay tuned for that episode, but I'm going to talk about the defense right now. Bears have 1 sack on the entire defensive line. Don't blame the players, blame the coaches. Because the Bears have the lowest blitz percentage in the NFL. Where is that? That's what creates pressure on quarterbacks. Go and do that. I watched DeMarcus Walker stand there pretty much and with the offensive lineman just holding him because he wasn't told to blitz anymore. Why? Send the house. The linebackers are the bright spot of the group. TJ Edwards has 43 total tackles, 2 tackles for loss. Tremaine Edmonds has 31 total tackles with 2 tackles for loss. And Jack Sanborn, 11 total tackles with 1 interception for 42 yards and 1 pass deflection. But this squad shouldn't be making all these tackles because all of them are 4 to 5 yards outside of the pocket. They're getting yards on this defense. It's great, but also these guys need to be playing coverage. I'm not worried about the defensive on paper. It's the coaching is horrendous. And these guys are also on the field 30+% more of the time than the offense during the game because Luke Getsy isn't getting it going. But that's where the defense needs takeaways. That's where they need pressure on the quarterback. That's where Eberflus is struggling bad right now. Jaquan Brisker leads the way with 19 total tackles, 2 pass deflection. Tyreek Stevenson, the rookie from Miami of Florida, with 15 total tackles, 1 tackle for loss. Jalen Johnson with 9 total tackles, but 1 tackle for loss, 1 pass deflection, and 1 forced fumble. Kyler Gordon is still out for another 2 weeks. Can't wait to have him back. And Eddie Jackson has been hurt too. Not much to report on. But Eberflus, that seat, man, red hot. If the McCaskies care about the fans and care about this football team, they're going to make a change immediately. Break the curse of not firing someone in the middle of the season, and let's see where this goes. Again, hope to see you all at our viewing party this upcoming Sunday at Murphy's Bleachers in Wrigleyville. Link in the description below. We'll have episodes with a ton of special guests coming up over the next couple of days that you're not going to want to miss. But with that, thank you very much for joining this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Rohde, and as always, bear down.